Thanks to anybody who decided to pull up. I just wanted to. I just saw something that kind of ruffled my old man feathers. My old man feathers are officially ruffled. Officially ruffled. Since my old man feathers are ruffled, we're going to go ahead and get into it, and I'm going to get out of y'all way. Good evening, here to learn and share. Uh, you watching the one from yesterday now. That's what's up. What's up? What's up, what's up, Michelle? What's up, Hines? I was watching the one from this morning about getting left. Yes, yes. I got an opportunity to. It came back to one of the areas that I was looking at this morning. It came back, and I got an opportunity to get short. Came back to one of those areas that I was looking at this morning, where I kept getting left. Patience is virtue. What's up, E-Rock? What you trying to keep up with, Michelle? What y'all trying to keep up with? Let's go ahead and get into it. Then I'm get out y'all way. Cause like I say, my old man feathers are officially ruffled. What y'all trying to keep up with? Y'all let me know. Tim, trying to keep up with the videos. Michelle, you acting like I'm dropping videos like Prince albums. I used to get on here every day, twice a day. And now you struggling to keep up with the random pop-ups? What's up, Taryn? The videos and all the gems you dropping. Do I drop gems? I'm just some grumpy old dude from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, man. I ain't nobody special. Just some grumpy old dude from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Tim, we, I mean, I get it. I understand the concepts you share. I understand the concepts Michael share. I get it. I study it. I back test it. It's work. It's I can see it when you're talking about it. I can see it when he's talking about it. But when it come time for me to execute, I can't pull the trigger, or when I just ain't had the time to sit down and do it for myself, or I just I once I get in the trade, I can't seem to hold it. Whatever it is, right? Whatever it is that's holding you back, you need to be honest with yourself about whatever it is, right? You got to be honest with yourself about whatever it is. Trading ain't for everybody. Trading ain't for everybody. It's not for the faint of heart, right? It's not for the faint of heart. But what I don't want you to do, the one thing I don't want to be the issue with, if you're not executing, but are you executing? You know the concepts, but are you executing? Right? You understand, but are you executing? I enjoyed the videos and the gems that you're dropping, but are you executing? I've been taking notes, but are you executing? The one thing I don't want to be the problem for you not executing is that you're a career student, meaning you feel like it's something else that you got to learn. The one thing I don't want you, the one thing I don't want you to cause you to not be executing is thinking that it's something else that you got to learn. If Michael just drops Enigma, I know I can use that. If Michael drops a new 2023 model, I know I can execute that. The 22 model ain't working for me. I'm going to go back to OTE. OTE ain't working for me. I'm going to go back to Silver Bullet. Silver Bullet ain't working for me. I can't trade during that time. I don't want you to. The main thing holding me back is my relationship with money. It would not want to lose. I even treat the SIM account like it's real money. Panic and jump out. I'm glad. I appreciate your honesty, E-Rock. I appreciate your honesty. And I am willing to step out on a limb. I don't know your relationship with money, but I am willing to step out on a limb and say, I don't think it's your relationship with the money. I think it's your relationship with executing the model in a mechanical way. I think it's you're not looking for the exact same thing every time. I'm going to step out on a limb and say that because I used to think that it was my fear of losing money that was making me jump out of trades early. They used to call it choking the trade a lot when I first started trading. They be like, Tim, you choking your trades. You're not letting the trade breathe. And it wasn't the fact that I was afraid of losing the money. After studying my journals, I started to realize that I didn't fully understand time, price, bias, and draw. I didn't fully understand where price was trying to get to, right? So since I didn't understand where price was trying to get to, I was looking for my model in all the wrong places, looking for love. I was looking for my model in all the wrong places. So when I got into a trade, sometime it worked, sometime it wouldn't. I couldn't tell you when it would work or when it wouldn't work because I was looking for my model in all the wrong places, looking for love. I was looking for a model in all the wrong places because I didn't understand where price was trying to get to. So again, I'm willing to step out on a limb and say, I don't think it's your relationship with the money that's making you jump out of the trades. I think it's that you need to really get comfortable with understanding where price is trying to go and then put specifications in your model that says I can only buy or sell at a certain time, and I can only sell in the premium, and I can only buy in the discount, and then start to just put the trades on if you have to in the beginning and walk away in sim, or you go back and market replay, put the trades on and walk away, right? Do that 20 times, right? And out of that 20 times, if you only selling the premium and only buying a discount and you are crystal clear on where the draw is going, see how effective it is just letting it play out. Now have realistic goals with your um targets and see how effective it is. And then once you do that 20 times, right? Then sit down and do it a bunch of times, just watching it, just making yourself sit there and watch it. Just let it play out, right? And then you will, because I used to do the same thing. I would jump because I didn't know where price was trying. I was so afraid I was going to get stopped out because I didn't know where price was trying to get to. And hey, it may just be your relationship with money. Who knows? I usually miss the live videos that you record during the New York session, so I try to go back and watch. Don't want to miss gems. See if what you saw the same as what I saw. Okay, appreciate that. Appreciate that, Michelle. I have FOMO, lack of patience, and greedy. E-Rock, come here. Come here, E-Rock. Everybody else, y'all, step back for a minute. Come here, E-Rock. If you can't get over the FOMO, the lack of patience, and the greed, you would never be successful as a trader. I pray that you are not using live funds right now. I applaud you for admitting this. Now you know. G.I. Joe says knowing is half the battle. If you are using live funds right now, stop immediately and go back to Sim and try some of the stuff that I talked about just now. I'm leaning on my tablet. Try some of the stuff I talked about just now as far as adding the rules to your strategy. And until you unalive that FOMO, lack of patience, and greed monster, do not trade live funds anymore until you take care of that. Love you. Bye. Okay, everybody else, y'all can come back in class now. Y'all ain't gonna let me get to what I want to talk about, but that's cool. Let's do this. E-Rock. I jump out of sim trades too soon. I started with 3K and don't want to lose it. Same thing, Michelle. Same thing. Go back and listen to the part what I said about my struggle with not knowing where the what's name was. I still have problems with finding the draw sometimes. We all have problems with finding the draw sometimes. That's why I shared my the easiest way that I can my easiest way for finding the draw for the daily and the weekly. And once I find the draw for the daily or weekly, unless it's uber spectacular obvious, I just try to trade with the buy. I look for reasons to trade with the bias, and we'll go over that again when I get to what I want to talk about. Oh yeah, I went through that last year. Okay, I'm assuming it was something I was saying. What's up, Lil Hope? Stop coming in class talking loud. Just sit down. I have a handle on it now, but the patience, FOMO, greed, and need to be right on my downfalls. You are a very honest person. You have the ability to be a monster in this trading game because you are very honest with yourself. That's what it takes. Women are far superior traders than men. I don't know if it's because y'all like are better with dealing with emotions than us. I don't know if it's because y'all I don't know. But the women that I know are far superior traders than the men that I know. Right? I know some great men traders, but the women traders that I know that can trade are beasts. So you have what it takes to be a monster in this game because you are completely honest with yourself. Unless you just swelling on Al Gore's internet for me, But keep it up. I applaud you. Yes, let the trades play out. Thank you, Heinz. Good evening, Kim. Uh, what did I say that was funny? Why is everybody laughing? What did I say that was? Did I say something funny? I know I'm working through it. I realize I'm just setting myself back longer and longer to be successful. I can't get through this. Yes, you can. You can get through it. You know why? You know why I can sit here and confidently say you can get through it? Because I said it to myself too. Man, I'm fun to go back to work. I can't do this. And see that beautiful creature right back there, right? She said, "Babe, I believe in you. I know you can do this." If anybody I see 27 people on here. To the 27 of y'all that's on here, if y'all don't have somebody who believe in you, even when you don't believe in yourself, I I can't sympathize. I can't empathize. All I can do is just say, all I can do is say, hey man, you don't know what you're missing. But I I felt like giving up. I felt like I'm talking about keep losing money, keep making money and giving it back and I'm like, man, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Even one time she was like, look, man, we was on vacation. She was like, look, if this how you gonna be acting, you need to find something else to do. Right. And then later when I felt like giving up, she was like, I believe in you. And I ain't even tell I felt like giving up. I don't know if she saw it on my face or what. She was like, I believe in you. I'm proud of you. I know you can do this. We got this. We got this, babe. So that's why I can tell you, you gonna look back and you're gonna be like, man, I remember when I said I couldn't get through this. I remember when I said I can't get through this. But the only thing it take is just it sounds cliche, but you got to I cannot stress the importance of you got to be like mechanical about it. You have to look for the same thing, the same time, the same way, the same. You just have to look for the same thing. When you got a profitable system, I don't care if it's flipping a freaking coin. I don't care if it's flipping a coin is a 50-50 situation. It's a 50-50 situation. But if you do it every time and keep your risk, if you got a 50-50 situation, now you know I need to have my risk to reward skewed to the reward side because I got a 50% chance of being wrong. So when I'm wrong, I only want to lose this amount. But when I'm right, I want to win this amount because it's a 50-50 and all I got to do is just flip. Just flip. Don't flip, shake it, scratch it, just flip. Flip. Just be mechanical about it. Don't look for fair value gaps today, then breakers tomorrow, then OTE tomorrow, then mitigation blocks tomorrow, then swing highs tomorrow. Then don't look for raise on liquidity today with a retrace back to it, and then turtle soup tomorrow, and then a new event horizon today, and silver bullet tomorrow, and the same thing every day, same time of day, same rules, same. And back test it so you will know how effective it is. If you back test it and journal it correctly, then you will know I'm more effective on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I'm more effective on Thursday. I'm only effective on Monday. You will know what days is highly probable for you to be realistically looking for a trade. And do the same thing. Make it mechanical, just the same way you hear Robinson talking about DR. Don't make a trade until DR confirms. Once DR confirms, execute. Just make it mechanical. Execute. Okay, DR didn't confirm. I don't take a trade. DR confirm. It pulls back into the zone. Execute. Don't confirm. Watch price go. Bye price. You got to do the same thing with the ICT concepts. The only thing is you don't have a fancy indicator on the chart to show you when it confirms. You have to make that indicator in your mind by back testing, journaling, and then you figure out, okay, when I put this box here, this line here, this is my indicator. Oh, it hit my line. Execute. It hit my box. Execute. That's it. That's it. Got to be mechanical. We're going to get to what I want to talk about in a minute. I am noticing successful sim trades when I stick to my rules. Very good. Annotate how many successful trades versus unsuccessful trade. Do the math. Figure out your percentage of effectiveness. Is it, if it's high enough, stick with that model. If it's not high enough, trade it more. If it's still not high enough, come up with a new model. What's going on, Dabara? We were laughing when you got close to the camera. Oh, did Calander say hot? Oh my God. Somebody please tell me he wasn't on here when I was talking about DR. Can somebody please tell me he wasn't on here when I was talking about DR? E-Rock, you can do this. We all go through it sometimes in this trading world. Heart face. I know when I get the psychologist stuff together, I'm going to be a beast. I see the vision. I can see clearly now. The impatience is gone. I don't see no FOMO in my way. Be a robot when trading. Do the same thing over and over. Make adjust if needed and repeat until it's right. Real talk. I had to find my own path. Was trying to do what everyone else was doing, and that didn't work for me. Yeah, man. So true. Stick with routine. Really do help. When you get so confident in your setup, you laugh when your trade doesn't go your way. That's when you know you're on it. I ain't even gonna hold you. When you can laugh about the trade going wrong, you are so comfortable in your setup. And if you're laughing about it, you know you probably was being a risky Randy or a reckless Rachel at that moment. Just if anybody is in the Gold or Black Spider members from the video I did today, do y'all remember when I said this 1 minute fair value gap is a possible short? But since I did not get the displacement that I want yet, I'm not going to take it. Right? Because if I would have taken that 1 minute fair value gap short without getting my displacement that I wanted on the 5 minute first, and it went against me, I would have been laughing at myself because I knew I was being risky because I didn't get the displacement that's required for me to execute on that 1 minute fair value gap. So I would have been giggling at myself because I'd have been like, I knew I shouldn't have taken it. I said I should have took it, and I took it anyway. Because I know my setup that well. I know when it's likely to go against me. It can work out, but I know when it's likely to go against me. Okay. All right. I appreciate y'all for putting that stuff in the chat and giving me an opportunity to talk to y'all. I'm not mad anymore. My feelings aren't hurt anymore. So now I had some Taco Bell, so I'll probably wake up fighting tonight. So the reason why, now this is the official reason why I got on here to talk about, but are you executing? I just kind of got veered off into, I don't want the reason why you're not executing to be because you feel like there's always something else to learn. You know enough. You know enough right now. If you only know time, price, bias, draw, you know enough. You know enough, right? Let me explain what I'm talking about. If I get a chance to use my fancy dancy replay that I didn't know nothing about these days. Now, let us, these are 15-minute candles. These are 15-minute candles, right? What did us say come about this line down here? Let's go back to 1 day real quick. Right? What did us say What did us say about this line right here? Remember last night when E-Rock said, hey, Tim, right? Now that, remember when the price had gone up above here, let's see if we can get back down to that time. Let's get back down to that time so we can, that would be, what's the day? That would be Monday. What's the day? Tuesday? Monday. Okay. All right. That's 9 o'clock. We was on here somewhere around this time. All right. Now, will it give me the right daily count if I do that? No, it won't. It won't give me the right daily count if I do that. All right. It won't. But anyway, it won't give me the right daily candle. But when we was on here, price had gotten up above this high right here. Right. And E-Rock was like, hey, Tim, what is that? Everyone that has those colored blocks next to your name, you guys are trading beast. You just have to trust yourself, trust process, not my process, not Tim's process, your process. Look at how supportive Robson is. You're such a supportive channel member. I'm so proud of you. Get off my screen. But when price had gone up above, it's like how we said, hey, let's talk about that first. Remember, right? My down and dirty, quick way to figure out bias is based off how the daily candle closes in relationship to the high or the low of the one prior to it, right? So yesterday we talked about that since we had taken out this buy side and closed above it, right? The bias was to take out this high, right? So if the bias is to take out the high, this is for you, Michelle. Take notes. Okay, so if the bias is to take out the high, right? You want the high to not be taken out when it gets to your trading time zone, right? If the high gets taken out prior to, excuse me, prior to your trading time zone, you have to wait to see if the market wants to reverse or continue, right? So what does that mean? When you look at the daily, when I ain't gonna say you, when I look at the daily candle here, it closed above this. My bias for the next day is to open, right, and take out this high. So I want to see it open, pull back, and give me an opportunity to attack that high. If it opens and attacks it immediately, or open, pull back, and attacks it before my time to trade, I move to the sideline and wait to see what is price going to offer me. And then I use that same analogy on the lower time frames, right? Or I then it takes out this high, and like last night, E-Rock said, hey, now that that high is taken out, is the bias still bullish on the day? And I pretty much said the same thing. The job has been done. We have taken out the high. So now we see if it defaults to the weekly bearish bias. And why were we looking for that? Because the weekly bias was bearish. And so we want to see the week open, which it did right here. We want to see it go up to a premium, right? Which it did right here, and give us an opportunity to short to our target, right? So the daily bias had fulfilled its job, right? So once the job was fulfilled, now we say, hey, is it about time to default to the weekly bias because it's a Tuesday, which the Tuesday had already started. We've made a new high. We're in a premium, and the weekly bias is bearish. Why is the weekly bias bearish? Because we had closed below this weekly candle right here. We took out that weekly low and we closed below it. So the weekly bias was to take out this low, right? Now we're in the premium. Are we going to discount? What did we say? We're above the weekly open right here. This purple line here. We're in a good place to go short. Now, let's stop right there because this is what I came in here to do, and I done killed a bunch of birds with one stone already. Now, Michelle, you can continue to take notes right now if you want to, but that's how I find my bias. Again, I look at where it closed, and if it closed above the high, I look for it to take out that high. If it closed below the low, I look for it to take out that low. If it takes out the high and rejects, I look for it to take out that low the next day. If it takes out the low and rejects, I look for it to take out the high the next day. And I just trade with that bias until I look for trades to go at that bias until I'm proven wrong. And how do I get proven wrong? I watch the time frame say, hey, I'm bearish, but the 1 minute has switched bullish. The 5 minute is still bearish. The 15 is still bearish. Hey, the 5 minute has switched bullish. The 15 is still bearish. Hey, the 15 has switched bullish. Hey, I might be on the wrong side. The hourly is still hanging in there. The hourly switching bullish. I'm wrong. Let's look for reasons to be bullish. That's how I do it. That's how I do it. Now, you don't even have to, if you understand unequivocally where price is trying to go, right? If you understand unequivocally where price is trying to go, right? Let's go down to the 1 hour so that we can get what's the name? Take all this stuff off the chart. Because I'm talking about we ain't got no kind of strategy. We ain't got no model, nothing. We ain't got no model or nothing. Right? So, all right. Okay. I'm marking these out because that's the range. That's the range. That's the dealing range we're looking at. Because I marked off the range. I said we went back above the what's the name? We was back into the premium. I can't find. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. That's why. Like, why can't I find this? All right. That says range top and range bottom for anybody who don't know what that says, right? So we said that we were bearish, right? We said that we were bearish on the week. Now, the week opened. Let's find out where the week opened up. The week opened up right there. We're bearish on the week, right? We're bearish on the week. The week opened up right there, right? That's where the week opened up right there, right? So we're bearish on the week. We've come back up into a premium, right? We've come back up into a premium, right? Right? We go up, right? Come here. You say, oh, we're in a nice premium. I'm going to sell right here. Boop. I can't with this right here. I can't make no stop loss and profit targets, right? So now 45, 13, 50 is where we entered at, right? So this high is at 44.75, right? Let me see. Let's see here. Let's see what kind of risk is this. God dog it, come here. Where did you go? Okay. So 45, 44.75 minus 45, 13.5. That's 31. All right. So let's see, plus 45, 13.5. So 82. So we need 44, 82, 25 is a 1-to-1. 82, 25, then 2-to-1. Minus 31.25. 44, 51. 44, 51 is 2-to-1 right there. Okay, so let's go to what's that? 44, 44, 51. 44, 51 is 2-to-1. Make this green, make this fat. All right. 1 to 2 risk reward. All right. Okay. Gonna copy this again. And what was that? 44, 82, 25. 44, 82, 82.25. 1-to-1 risk reward, 2-to-1 risk reward. Boom. Right? No kind of model at all. This is the draw on liquidity. We came back into a premium. Just forget the fact that we came in and filled in this fair value gap. I ain't worried about that. We came back into a premium. Boom. Sold. Right. That's a nice premium. I'm selling right there. Speed up. Still too slow. 1-to-1 gone. 2-to-1 gone. Congratulations, trader. Your hard work shows on E-mini S&P 500 futures bar replay. Congratulations, trader. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Understanding where the draw on liquidity is all you need. It's all you need. If you understand the draw on liquidity, 80% of the hard work is out of the way. 80% of the hard work is out of the way. Realistically, it can be 100% of the hard work out of the way if you got enough risk tolerance to take the drawdown. If you got enough risk tolerance to take the drawdown and you know where price is trying to get, all you got to do is move your stop to where price is not trying to get. And that's the only thing you do with your actual setups. You put your stop where price is not going to go to. That's all you do. If you take it like this, and I know this seems like, oh, Tim, that just seems super obvious. But it has to be super obvious in your lower time frame setup. Like looking at this, you probably can look at this and be like, man, it's obvious that price is going to hit that low before it hit that high. Exactly. When it's obvious where price is trying to get to, you know where to put your stop. And then that way, if you know where to put your stop, notice on the video that I did today, I put my limit order at a price. And when price kept going, I said, hey, I have upside risk now. So this, and I did the calculations. I said, this is the lowest I can get in this trade. So I had to take my limit order and move it up to the lowest I can get in the trade. And it came back up to where I was initially. But it didn't come to where I could go to afford to take that trade. And it left without me. So the only thing I can do is just sit there and say bye-bye, because my risk tolerance wouldn't allow me to enter the trade at that level. Because if it decided to go take care of that upside risk based off my risk tolerance, I would have been stopped out and the trade still would have went in my direction. But since I understand my risk tolerance, you saw me do it live. Hey, I have to move my entry because of what price has done. The bias is still the same, but because of what price has done, I can no longer take this trade in this spot because it's too much upside risk. Even if it comes to this spot and leaves me, I can't take that trade there because of my risk management. You have to be that comfortable with your model in order to trade it not only successfully, but profitably. Now, the other part of what I want to talk about, right? Hopefully this right here was helpful, right? The reason, like, I've been, if y'all notice, I went live Sunday, I went live Monday, I went live today, right? And I think I went live twice one of them days. But the reason why, because I made a conscious decision of this week, right? This week, when I shared what I expected price to do publicly, initially I was just going to do it with the super secret ICT class members. For those who are part of the super secret ICT class members, I just want y'all to know that some of you will not be getting an email to join class anymore. Enjoy the videos that you have access to, but some of you won't be getting emails anymore. Thank you. Goodbye. Now, initially, I was only going to share what I expected to play out with a couple of them. It was like 2 members on there with me this Sunday. And I was going to just share like how the week played out, because I told them exactly what I want to see. And I was going to share it with them day by day, how it played out and how it worked out for me. You know what I'm saying? Either tape reading or trading. That was the reason behind me filming this morning, because I was going to walk you through, what happened throughout the week. But since I shared it with everybody, I've been making a conscious effort. I said, I'm going to get on here until it delivers to what I said my bias and draw was, or until I'm proven wrong. I was going to go live every night until it either delivered or I was proven wrong. And here we are on Tuesday. And if I turn on my preferred thing, what do you see? 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 Let's do this right here. Let's do this right here. Copy this. All right. Take it outside of that. Turn it off for a second. Oh, wrong one off. Turn it off for a second. All right. Then I'm going to take this over here. Adjusty. So me not musty. This is why I'm. There you go. It actually played out like that. This is what. But is that curve not the exact same move? Is that line not the exact same move? Up, down, right? This is the real one. Up, down, up, down. Are those moves not the same move? That is my idea of ideal price movement. Right? While Tim is flapping his what? In the actual move. What? Why? Hold on. So while Tim is flapping his gums, DR is where my block button? Where is my block button? Where's my block button? So, okay, now back to what I was saying, right? I was making a conscious effort that I was going to come on here every day and talk about what I did in price based off of what I said I wanted to see on Sunday, right? Here we are on Tuesday, and it has delivered to what I wanted to see. But did you execute? But did you execute? That is the second half of first. I didn't want you being a forever student, meaning you feel like you always got to learn something in order to be able to execute, right? I just went on the chart and showed you don't have to have any model. As long as you understand the draw, you can randomly get in. Put your stop somewhere where price will never get to if your risk tolerance allows you to do so and still be successful. That's all you're doing with your model. You're watching price. You're waiting for price to come to a price point where when I get in, I can put my stop somewhere where I know price will not go, or I know price should not go, and I have a higher probability of being successful in this trade. And then you won't worry so much about that stop, because you understand where price is trying to go and you understand where price is trying not to go. And the stop is there in case manual manipulation or you just got it wrong. Now, I shared what I thought ideal price movement would be. Why did I think this was ideal price movement? Let's go back for those who missed it. Last week, we took out sell side and closed below the sell side. I said, I anticipate this low being taken out. To find a reason to sell into this low, I want this week to open up, push up into some sort of premium so that I can find a reason to sell into that low. Since this is the weekly idea, I want to see a high being made on Tuesday, at the latest Wednesday. I will take a Monday if it's super bearish, but Tuesday, at the latest Wednesday, high of the week being made. So I need to see price trying to get back to a premium. Price came out Monday, went back to a premium. Tuesday, inched up into a premium and delivered. Did not expect delivery on Tuesday, but it is what it is. But that's why I was looking for that low to be taken out. That's why I was bearish. On the daily, right? Yesterday, I was looking for reasons to sell. Why was I looking for reasons to sell? Because the weekly was bearish, right? For the daily, I was anticipating this high to be taken out, right? But I'm looking for reasons to sell because the weekly is bearish. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for it to get way up into a premium for me to get an opportunity to sell. So if it takes out that high and decides it wants to sell off and go deliver to the weekly, I'm in it. Right? Didn't get that. Tuesday, open up, went into a premium. Eventually got my opportunity to sell. Now that it has delivered, what you gonna do now, Tim? Move to the sideline to see if it wants to reverse a piece or if it wants to continue. How are you going to do that, Tim? By looking at my swing high, swing lows, and imbalances on the lower time frames. All right. We've taken out weekly sell side, right? We've taken out weekly sell side, right? Boom. Weekly sell side has been taken out, right? So now that we've taken out this weekly sell side, if price drops down, comes back into this imbalance and breaks lower, I will be looking for reasons to continue to sell. But if price comes back into this imbalance, breaks lower, and then shoots higher and starts to break highs going back up, right? We come from this high right here because this high came down and took out the low. If price starts to break back up with some authority, I would be looking for reasons to buy to attack this fair value gap up here. Right? Tim, that's a whole lot. I don't care. I don't care if it's a whole lot of. Just go short off of this then. If you feel like that's a whole lot of. I ain't gonna go short off this right here. If it hit that and go short, I'm gonna miss that. Why? Because we just took out sell side. We just got to a weekly sell side and a fair value gap that I'm anticipating price to possibly reverse. So I ain't trying to jump short right there. I need this to hit this and displace down lower and give me a reason to go short. I'm chilling, waiting to see if price gonna come back up here and break above this high and get a reason to buy into this fair value gap right here. And I'm not even shooting for this high. I'm shooting for this fair value gap right there. If we get to that fair value gap and take out that high right there, then I look for a reason to buy to take out that high up there to that fair value gap. Why? Because the weekly was bearish, right? But we've reached my weekly goal. So now price has to show me what it wants to do. We've been on here 57 minutes. I'm tired of talking. Does anybody got anything for me? Does anyone have anything for me? Since somebody said I'm flapping my gums, you can't even flap your gums. You can might be able to flap your lips, maybe wiggle your jaws. Can't flap. How do you flap your gums? Can't even flap your gums. Oh my goodness. Does anyone have anything for me? Does anyone have anything for me? Any questions? Anything you want to share? Any complaints? Any what? Does anybody have anything for me? What's up, Rhonda? When you slid in here, Rhonda? What's up, Rhonda? What's up, SD? What's up, Kenya? Kenya, have I seen your name before, Kenya? I don't remember that picture. I don't remember seeing that picture. Kenya, if this is not your first time pulling up, I truly jollipize. But if it is your first time, welcome. I just don't remember that picture. And I really don't remember the name. Did you say that we reached weekly goal because we took out last week's low? No, I did. No. I said I reached my weekly goal because we delivered. I really didn't say why. I just said I reached my weekly goal. But my weekly goal was to take out this sell side, this sell side, and redeliver the rest of this daily fair value gap that we have we redelivered half of it to over here last Friday. Because this line right, this is consequent encroachment of the full fair value gap, right? And so instead of having it still up there, I just moved it down and just showed like the bottom half that we still had to deliver, right? So that is why I say I reached my weekly goal, because my weekly target was taking out the sell side. Remember, the draw was to the sell side below here. That was the draw, right? We've hit the draw. Now, my downside objective was to reprice this daily fair value gap. We repriced the daily fair value gap. So my weekly objective has been met in price, right? That doesn't mean I'm done trading for the week. My weekly objective has been met. So now I have to wait for price to let me know if it wants to continue down or if it wants to reverse at this weekly PD array. I have a weekly sell side. That's a weekly PD array combined with a daily PD array. So now the way price reacts to this this daily PD array and this weekly PD array will tell a big story. So the way it reacts off of weeklies, right, has a heavier importance than the way it reacts off dailies. The way it reacts off dailies has a heavier importance than the way it reacts off hourlies. So now that we've hit a weekly target, this is a very good area to be looking for reference points, to be looking for if the market creates order blocks, to be looking for if the market creates breakers, to be looking for if the market creates mitigation blocks. This weekly area is a good place to be looking for reference points, right? Just like at daily reference points, that's a good place to be looking for mitigation blocks, looking for breakers, looking for order blocks. These higher time frames are very good places to be looking for these reference points. And why is that? Because these are areas where you anticipate institutional reversals, institutional interest, institutional buying and selling, whatever you want to call it. These are areas where you anticipating price to make a decision. And when you get to these areas and you start to see it, these are just hourly candles. But when it starts to consolidate right there, you should start chomping at the bit because you're like, ooh, it's engineering liquidity. It's getting ready to tip its hand soon, right? It can be in the form of a Judas swing, attacking sell side and then reversing. It could be in the form of an immediate reversal, attacking buy side and then retracing back. Or it could be in the form of a Judas swing, attacking buy side and then reversing. But how do you know which is which? By looking for the reference points at the weekly juncture, if you will. I had a brain fart for a minute. If y'all don't know one thing about Michelle Tucker, Michelle gonna pull up with the hard-hitting questions. You feel me? She gonna pull up with the hard-hitting questions. Somebody said Michelle is the class representative. When we have class and Michelle don't be in there, it'd be quiet as a church mouse. I did that just for you and Rocky. I did that just for you. Let's do it one more time for Rocky. Hold on. One more time for Rocky. Hey, man. That's all I got, man. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. If y'all found value in this, okay, really ain't nothing you can do for me. Share it with somebody if you want to. I don't. Okay. If you found value in it, I done did my job. I saw somebody post one time, was like, man, this guy only got like 2,000 subs on his channel. I can't believe this. Why not? I got 2,000 subs, but only like 20 or 30 people be on the lives. So, I mean, it ain't about the numbers. Quality over quantity. I'm getting a little Funny thing on there saying my internet is messing up. So hopefully y'all can see me. If you can't see me, I'm wasting my time talking right now. But in case you can see me, take advantage of the day while you still can. What do I mean by that? Tell your loved ones that you love them today. Don't just say it. Don't just show it. Say it, show it, and confirm it. Because one of the hardest things in the world to deal with is trying your best to express the love that you have for someone and they're not receiving it because you're not speaking their love language. Well, Tim, how do I know their love language? Opening up the line of communications with one another so you will know. There you go. It works with kids. It works with spouses. It works with friends. Love on somebody today while you still can. Because everyone has an appointment they have to keep. And you all know what I'm talking about. Don't live with the regret of not taking advantage of the time you got now, the time that we've been blessed with. God is good. God is amazing. But God has said, everyone will live forever somewhere. And we don't know where that somewhere's going to be. A lot of people get put in heaven at funerals. But I don't believe that everyone who got put in heaven at a funeral is actually going there. I have never seen anybody stand at a funeral and say that that person went the other way. I'm just saying. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about now, but everybody has that appointment. So please take advantage of today and let your loved ones know that you love them. Make the world a better place while you can. Do your little small part to bring a smile to someone's face, especially a loved one. Go and hug them right now. Go ahead. Go and hug them, love on them, kiss them on the cheek, even if they're too big to even act like they want you to do it anyway. Do it. Just don't kiss your dogs and your cats in the mouth. Please don't. Hey man. Yeah, go ahead and pass the collection plate. I see my brother up in here. What's happening, fool? Hey man, I'm gone. That's all I got, man. Hopefully it's helped somebody. If it didn't help somebody, I'll try my best next time. This will be my last live stream this week because my weekly target has been hit. I said I was going to go live until it was either hit or I was proven wrong. Again, it was hit. I know. We see a lot of times when we discuss the price, it does exactly what we anticipated doing. But that doesn't mean that we don't get it wrong sometimes. It just means that we are getting better at reading price and we are getting better at understanding the draw and we are getting better at this thing called trading. But we have to stay humble, stay disciplined, don't get arrogant, and stick to the rules. Till the next time, man. Y'all be safe out here in these trading streets. Black Spider, Big Spider. What I'm talking about, Big Spider, gone, man. Yeah.